Okay, good. So, what are we doing here? Ibrahim Abdullah, welcome. Before I continue our class, I would like to show your work, okay, how you submit it. And I may ask some, maybe some of you to resubmit your work. Now, if you can see my screen here, Ibrahim Abdullah, are you there?
Yes.
Ibrahim, do you have PC or laptop at home?
Um, Not my laptop.
I mean, can you use it?
I don't know if my sister will let me.
So how are you joining this class? With telephone or with iPad or with what?
With my phone, but I can join from my iPad as well.
With telephone, it is too small. Okay,
No,
all
it's
right.
not a problem.
Yeah, because I was expecting to write your answers like this, like Musa like this. It's really easy to check this, and also Daphne, also like this. Is it Daphne's? Yeah, this is Musa, and this one is Daphne's, right? And you know, I was expecting all the students to submit like this, but you are the only one, Daphne, who understood me and submitted in this way, because that's why I prepared this answer sheet. Okay, here I can see, and the grading this paper is very easy. And other papers is so hard because it's so black, and they send me in like 2, 3 pieces of paper and blah blah blah. And we are talking about
Sure,
20, 30
but I
students. Okay.
regretted like sending it, like anything, right after I send it.
Yeah, yeah. Now this definitely what I want is what I expect is we have a technology, we have a PC or we have a laptop at least. Even we have iPad, right? You can just open Word, you can solve the questions, and I ask you to write only answers, right? It doesn't take much time, maybe 5 minutes. Write your answers and nicely and submit it. And also for your future, we will learn how to communicate with people online. Otherwise, they're just submitting and the grading such papers very hard. Even hard to find the question number. Anyway, uh, okay,
Excuse
Ibrahim,
me,
then
I have
if you
a
cannot,
question.
yes, Sona,
Do
what
we
is it?
get homework like for each class?
Yes, every time I teach you something, I will give you some homework.
Okay.
At least once a week, okay? Once a week because we have 2 meetings in a week and we are discussing, solving some problems, and I'm teaching you something.
Oh,
After that, I will give you some related work.
but by the way, like the work is not like only 2 or 3 questions like our homeworks. It's like a full 7 page.
That's fine.
Don't scare her like that.
No, it's okay for me.
Definitely. When did I give you 7 pages?
Your last homework was like 7 pages. I counted it. It's okay though. I have a lot of time and a few parents that literally knows like that's their job to do math. But
Yeah, as I told you, Daphne, if questions are a lot, you can just do one, skip one, do one, skip one, and some similar question you can skip. Okay, but at
teacher, I
least
can't.
if you
Like
do 50% of the question, it will be great.
I can't do that, teacher, because of my parents.
Yeah, I have
Okay,
be a lot of papers of all of work. It's
very good.
like 64 or something like this.
Musa, that's why you improved a lot. Because I see a lot of improvements, and also Daphne, you don't notice this, but you are improving by solving more and more questions. Okay, guys, let's discuss together, Daphne, and solve these problems quickly. And for Sona, it will be kind of revision. Okay, so okay, Ibrahim, let's start with you. Can you read the first question?
Um, a semicircular flower bed has a perimeter of 72 centimeters. Calculate the area of the flower bed, taking pi to be 3.142.
Okay, Ibrahim, where do you study?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Where do you study?
I studied at Paco Oxbridge Academy.
In Baku, you use British English or American English?
The teachers are American, so I will count it as American English.
Oh, I see. That's why you are pronouncing this one as semicircular. Because American people, they say semicircle, right? And the British people, semicircular, but one is British, one is American. Okay.
Sure, we know both accents probably.
What did you say, Daphne?
We know both like accents because we have British like teachers. Some of them are British, especially literature teachers. And then there's like teachers who are not English and like know the language, so they talk American language.
We have
Yeah.
American teachers as well.
Good.
Oh yes, that's true.
Now, I mean, international schools, I know how it works. And I have been working at international schools at university for like 16 years. And every year we have teachers from USA, UK, Australia, Singapore, India, New Zealand. Everyone has different pronunciation, you know. So which one you should follow? After all, English is not our mother language. So which one you like, you just pick it up and use it. No problem. Anyway, because he just read it as semi, that's why actually just drew my attention. So semicircular or semicircular flower bed, we know the flower bed is a small flower garden, right? Has a perimeter of 72 centimeters. So we are talking about some kind of flower, right? Here we have, it is in the circular shape. And let's say this is the center. And it has a perimeter 72 centimeters. Calculate the area of the flower bed, taking pi to be 3.142. But here, let me just take this pi as 22 over 7, okay? But it doesn't matter. We know that 22 over 7 is equal to 3.142, a something. So if we are talking about this flower bed, and this one is R, and this one is R, and how about the arc, right? That is a semicircle. That is just equal to 1 over 2 times the circumference of this circle. So the perimeter is equal to R plus 1 over 2C. And R plus R, it is 2R and 1 over 2. And how about C? C is equal to 2 pi R, right? Now, if you simplify this, if we have 2R plus 2 to cancel each other, it is pi R. So the perimeter is given. What is the perimeter? It is 72. Now from here, 2R plus pi R, that's equal to 72. Now, if you solve this for R, right, we can just actually get R. R is a common factor. Here from R is equal to 72 over 2 plus pi. Okay, I can just keep this like this, and you're allowed to use a calculator. With calculator, we can calculate this. What is the question? We should find the area of the flower bed. That is our first step. Now, since I know the radius of this semicircle, we can get the area. And what is the area of a semicircle? Half of the area of the circle, that is pi r squared, which is equal to 1 over 2 times pi times what is r? R is 72 over 2 plus pi, and here we have squared. And here, of course, we should use a calculator. Here, with calculator, we can, okay. All right, Daphne, what's your answer? Can you see your answer?
Yes, I can.
What did you get?
I got 1 point. Is it point? Yes, 1.6. No, I think I wrote it wrong. Now that I remember it, it's 1,650.
I have this.
Supposed to be, at least.
Okay, 72. Let's see
Like,
what we.
it's not accurately that. There's a lot more numbers there, so I just rounded it like that.
Okay, but my answer is 308.0. It doesn't say anything. 07 cm squared.
Shouldn't you multiply it again with 3.142?
Why? Now here I have already multiplied by pi. What do you mean? 1 over 2 times pi times r squared, right? That's the area of a semicircle.
Sure, my brain works in a different way. Wait. That's because you used the, yes, okay.
1.650. That's your answer, Daphne.
Got it wrong.
1.50. Why 1 point? So small. Anyway, that's the answer. Musa, is your answer like this?
Same.
Same.
No, I know my mistake. It's because I use already formula like S equal P R square, and I didn't how to say.
Okay. Anyway, here this answer. Okay, if you have any objection, if you didn't understand any part, or if you think that I made a mistake, you can just let me know, and we will have a look again and solve this. But it's really, anyway, that's it. So question 2, solve the following equations, and the first one, I can solve this by factorization, right? So what we have here, the left hand side 5, and here we have x squared minus 9. I can factorize it as x minus 3, and here we have x plus 3. And take this to the left hand side, minus 3, x minus 3 squared is equal to 0. And what is a common factor? Here, x minus 3 is a common factor. X minus 3 is a common factor. And how about here? 5 times x plus 3, right? Here we have 5x plus 15 minus, how about here we have 3 times x minus 3. That is minus 3x plus 9 is equal to 0. Now, if you simplify this, x minus 3 times 2x plus 24 is equal to 0. So dot, 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 x equals 3 or x equals negative 12.
I have a question. Is it necessary to use the factorization way? Like we could have just done like separately, like for example, 5, the bracket x squared minus 9. We could have done that separately.
I did that way, but you can't find an ending to it because there would be like, you have to use the quadratical solution and stuff, so it gets all messy there.
No, no, no.
Because like 1x leaves as like normal x, so then it gets messy there.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Yeah. Okay.
No, 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 Sona, it works. It's a general way. Why did I use this method? Because when I look at the question, okay, I can see that this x squared minus 9, x minus 3 squared, they have a common factor. And factorization is the fastest way, okay? But if you cannot factorize, then you have to expand it, okay, and bring this to the standard form and solve this. That's a general way. Now, in the second one, you will see that we don't have any common factor. That's why the only way is I have to clear the brackets and simplify this and solve this. Okay. And also using that way, we can do that, but it will be a bit longer. But this one is, I can see that, okay, that's why I use factorization method. How about the second question? 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times x is 2x, minus x times 4 is minus 4x, the yield sum is minus 2x. Negative x times x, that is negative x squared plus x squared is equal to 14. And these two things are gone, right? What we have here, minus 2x, take 8 to the right hand side. And what is x? X equals 6 over negative 2, that's equal to negative 3. So dot, 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 x equals negative 3. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Daphne, you didn't write your answer. Or anyway, let's check this later.
I was always going to write 3, then there was something that confused my mind, that got into my mind.
Yeah, that's why you wrote question A also. I don't know, some reason it's wrong. Okay, let's continue solving these questions. What is the representative fraction, RF? Usually we just use this in maps of a map which has a scale of 1 centimeter to 2.5 kilometers. Actually, when you just say that representative fraction, we mean that we had to write the scale in this form, right? 1 to n. or that is just 1 over n. And here n is a whole number. We call this representative fraction, or just as a fraction that is representing the scale. That is what it means. So to do this one, we know that when we talk about ratio, right, ratio does not have any units. So to actually cancel out the units, actually all of these numbers should have the same units. To do this one, 1 cm to 2.5 kilometers. How can I cancel out the units when they are the same? So we have to change kilometer into centimeter. 1 centimeter over 2.5 is 2.5 times 10 to the power 1 kilometer, 1,000 meters, 1 meter, 100 meters. So that's, we have 5 zeros. Here we have 10 to the power 5, right? So that is equal to 1 over 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the RF of this map. Okay. How about question 4, simplifying the algebraic fraction here? If you look at the numerator, the common factor is 2 times p times q. Okay, so 2pq is a common factor. If you take 2pq out here, what is left here? 2pq minus, here we have 4p squared minus 7q squared over, here we have 2pq. And these things are gone, right? And what is left here? We have something. Okay, if I just take this minus out, so here we have minus 4p squared minus 2pq plus 7q squared, right? So can we simplify this? No. I don't think we can simplify this anymore because we don't have any like terms. So that's it. How about question B? Question B also 6a squared, right? And b squared is a common factor. So here we have 3a squared, b squared is a common factor. Here we have 2ab squared. Plus here we have 6a squared minus 3b only. So in the denominator, we have minus 3a squared, b squared. Okay, so they cancel out each other, which is equal to, also if you multiply by minus, so here we have 3b minus 2ab squared minus 6a squared. I just multiply the numerator by minus because we have minus in front of 3 in the denominator. And if we don't have any like terms, it just says simplify, that's it. We cannot do anything anymore.
Does the order matter? Like at the end, like for example, 3b minus 2ab squared, like if we change their places, does it matter?
In the question, usually, okay, like if you are taking any international exams, let's say IGCSE or A level or O level, at that time, they actually state the condition very clearly. Leave your answer, for example, in the ascending order of the powers or something. At that time, you can just write this. But here, they didn't mention anything. Okay, it's fine. But usually, how should I leave this? Maybe I should write this a squared first, and after that, this ab. Then here we have b. Usually, in general, but it's not a must, but you should. We should write algebraic expressions in alphabetical order. A comes first, then B, then C, then D. Okay. And factorize the following. Here we have quadratic expressions, and we practice a lot, but let's do one more time. And here in question A, first 5, 5, 5 is a common factor. First, I should take this 5 out. So here we have x squared minus 5x plus 4. Now we have quadratic expression, right? And the coefficient of x squared is 1. So we should find two numbers whose product is 4 and their sum is negative 5. What are those numbers? Negative 4 and negative 1. And this negative 5 is negative 4 plus negative 1. So we can factorize as 5 times x minus 1 and the x minus 4. Factorization. And how about question B? In question B, they don't have any common factor, but as you see here, it is a quadratic expression. So we try this way, 10a squared minus 21ab plus 9b squared. And how do we do this? We should
Teacher,
actually,
but wait a second. In the A, I just left it as like x squared minus 5x plus 4. So like I just lost the 5s of all of them. Then the same thing. It would be the same thing.
so you didn't factorize like this?
No. I left the 5 out. Like it's still factorizing. Is it though?
No, actually, definitely in math, when you just say factorize, we should factorize completely so that you cannot factorize anymore.
But like in that one, you can lose the 5s too. Like that's true though.
Yeah, it's also actually one only step, but it's not factorized completely yet. When we just use the factorize, we mean factorize completely. So that's, it's like, for example, let's say 12, we can factorize as 2 times 6, 3 times 4. But when we just say factorize prime factorization, every number should be prime number so that we cannot split it anymore. So here in question B, it's a quadratic expression. The coefficient of a squared is not 1. So how do we do that? Actually, we should just write 10a squared as the product of two things, 9b squared also two things, and so that when we cross multiply, it should give us the middle term. It's a little bit challenging, I think, but let's try this. Let me just try one. I can write 10a squared as 2a times 5a. How about 9b? Since it is minus, it should be minus. Let's say it is minus 3b and then minus 3b. If you cross multiply, minus 6, minus 15, minus 21. Actually, it just works. I didn't mean this, but I just guessed it works. As you see here, 2a times minus 3b, it is minus 6b. 5a times minus 3b, that is minus 15b. The year sum is minus 21ab, right? So now we can factorize it as 2a minus 3b times 5a minus 3b. Okay. Sona, can you factorize question D? I give you 1 minute.
Yeah.
Think, do it, and after that, tell me the answer. You have 1 minute, and others, you can have some rest, okay, until Sona does, or you can try again. Time starts now. I will bring 1 glass of water for myself.
Okay, wait a second. You just like find the common, like what do they have in common? That's a good idea.
They don't have it.
They have like one has 4. They like a 4 there. Do you remember like how Miss Elena was used to like do like you divide them into like 2 stuff where they can like be divided into like
So like AB minus 5.
yes.
Okay. And then what do I do after that? Oh, and then it's gonna be AB minus 5 and AB.
Time is up.
Yes, like that.
Sona, what is your answer?
So I think it is a
You think.
Yeah, I'm not sure because.
Okay, and here we are just using, let me just change the color. We just use this formula, right? A squared minus b squared equals a minus b and a plus b. So this Question D, let me do it here. AB squared and 25, we can write it as 5 squared. So that's equal to AB minus 5 and the AB plus 5. Is your answer like this?
That was my answer, but like for both of them, I wrote minus for some reason.
No, if it is minus minus, it will be AB minus 5 squared. So that's a different thing. Yes, Ibrahim. And let's also do C. C is 28, 11, and 24. Okay, 28A squared plus 11AB minus, is it 24? 24B squared. 24B squared, right? So they don't have any common factor, and it is a quadratic expression. And actually we call this polynomial, but you don't have to know the name now. It is a polynomial in 2 variables of degree 2 here. Anyway, the name is not so important. 28, let me just guess again. 28A squared, we can just write it as 4A and 7A. And how about 24? The difference should be 11, right? 6, 4. Does it work? 6, 4, 24, 28. Okay, doesn't work. How about 12 and the 2? It doesn't work. Daphne, what was your answer in C?
Wait a second, teacher. It was AB minus 5 square minus 10AB. Like, in bracket square.
Well, also, I can do like this, right? Let me just show one way. I don't know if it works now. Usually it works, but my guess is here, if I just split this 11AB like this, 28A squared and 11AB, I can write it as 7AB plus 4AB minus 24B squared. The 7AB plus 4AB, Musa, is equal to 11AB, right? Now, if I just group like this, the first two terms, the next two terms, right? In the first two terms, what is the common factor? 7A is a common factor. So here we have 4A plus B. In the next one, 4 is a common factor. No, it doesn't work here, right? Because if you take 4 out, 4B out, here we have A minus 6. It's A minus 6B. Okay, how about in different way? Yes, Ibrahim, did you solve this question?
No.
Okay. 11AB, 28A squared. Okay. So let me just try again, 4A, 7A. How about this 24? I can write it as 12, maybe 2 times 12, maybe 3 times 4, or 4 times 3, or 6 times 2, 6 times 4, right? So it is 12, it is 48, 17. It doesn't work. 16 and 21. 16, 21, it doesn't work. 12, 28. Oh, it doesn't work. 16, 42. And how about 4, 6? It is 24, 28. No. Okay, so these things, it doesn't work, I think. Why cannot solve this? How about if I change this? Not 4 times 7. How about 2a and 14? So here we have 12, 24, 28. No. 6 times 4, 8. 4 times 6. Okay, no. And 8 times 3, 6. Okay, 3 times 8. No, 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 no. Okay, we should find another way. That is the most challenging question, I think, here. This formula, we can do this, but with factorization. Okay, guys, 2 minutes. Try this. Let me just throw on a paper. I can do much faster, I think. After 2 minutes, we will discuss this. Any answer, Ibrahim?
No, I'm solving it.
Not yet. Okay. Good. Sona, how about you? Did you ever solve like this? A similar question?
Oh, what? Can you repeat?
Did you practice, study factorization of quadratic expressions before?
Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah.
Good. So that is a little bit challenging question. So, okay.
Is my answer was correct?
We don't have the answer yet, so like, teacher, should we just skip
Yes.
this question? Like,
What did you say?
can't we just skip this question? Like,
I have like 4a minus 3b and 7a plus 8b, and they are like in hoops, like they multiply by each other.
Okay. Yeah, we will skip. Okay, here, definitely, I think I just tried. This is the way here. I can just write it as 4a times 7a. Okay, and this one is what is it? Here we have 3, and this one is 8. This one is 32. This one is 21, right? And what is the difference? It is 11. So it says minus. I should put minus here. This one is 3b. This one is 8b. Okay. So as I say here, 4a times 7a, 28 a squared, minus 3b times 8b, minus 24b squared. If you cross multiply, right? If you cross multiply, it is 32b squared. And here we have minus 21b squared. And their sum is 11b squared. So now that I can factorize it as 4a minus 3b times 7a plus 8b. Okay. That is the correct answer.
I have the same.
Okay, good. If you have the same answer, it's good. It's just a combination. This 28, it has more factors. Okay, maybe general way we will teach a little bit later. So let's move to the next question. And these are easy questions, but still let's do this quickly. In question 6a, if 5a is equal to 3x minus 4 over 2y minus 3x, make x the subject of the formula and use your result to obtain the value of x when a equals 1 and y equals 5. Okay, here we have two steps. In the first step, we need to make x the subject, right? So that means that we have to solve this equation for x. Now, if I multiply both sides by 2y minus 3x, then I have here 5a, 5a. Okay, I have here 5a, 2y minus 3x. On the right-hand side, 3x minus 4, right? Now take all the terms that has x to the left. Here we have 10ay minus 15ax. And here we have 3x minus 4. Take 15ax to the right-hand side. Here we have 3x plus 15ax. And negative 4 to the left-hand side, 10ay plus 4. And here 3x, 15ax, x is a common factor, right? And so x is equal to 10ay plus 4 over, here we have 3 plus 15a. So we have expressed, or we have made x the subject of the formula. That's the first part. And after that, we have to calculate the value of x when a equals 1, y equals 5. So x is equal to, here we have 10 times, what is a? A equals 1. And what is y? Is equal to 5 plus 4. And over, here we have 3 plus 15 times 1. The numerator is 54 over denominator is 18, which is equal to 3. Okay. And also in similar way, question B, make A the subject of the formula. That means that we have to isolate A, right? Again, if you just cross multiply, here we have 3x times 2a minus b. On the right-hand side, we have a plus b. If you expand this 3x times 2a, that is 6ax minus 3bx. And here we have a plus b, right? And take a to the left-hand side, 6ax minus a. Here we have b plus, take minus 3bx to the right-hand side, 3bx. Now, as you see here, 6ax and a is a common factor. Keep a on the right. And here we have 3bx plus b over 6
X minus 1.
x minus 1. Good, thank you. That is 6x minus 1. Okay. In a similar way, you can do C. Let me skip question C. Okay. And how about question 7? Just simultaneous equations. We have to write first in standard form. That is 5x minus 2y is equal to 16. And here we have x plus 3y is equal to negative 7, right? And I should multiply. Let's just use the elimination method. Multiply the second equation by x. Then I have here 5x minus 2y is equal to 16. And if you multiply the second equation, I mean both sides of the second equation by 5, if we have 5x plus 15y. On the right-hand side, we have minus 35, right? Now, if we subtract the second equation from the first, minus 2 minus 15, it is minus 17y. And 16 minus 35, that is 40, 51. So y is equal to minus 3. If y equals minus 3, substitute into the second equation, for example, x minus 9 plus 7 equals 0. So x equals 2. Dot, 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 x equals 2, and y equals negative 3. Anyway, guys, I think you know this, but still we solve this together here. Sona, is everything clear?
Oh yeah, I've studied this as well before.
Good. Musa, how about question 8? Ibrahim, did you solve question 8?
At 8, I have x equal 30 under root, ch equal 65 under root, ah equal 65 under root.
Okay. And Daphna, Ibrahim, you didn't solve this question.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It was
but-
because I couldn't have enough time.
Okay. So let's do this quickly. It's about similarity, right? We know that if two triangles are similar, then their corresponding sides must be proportional. Proportional means that if you just multiply the size of one triangle by some k, right, it gives us the size of the bigger or smaller triangle. Anyway, here AB is the x, HK equals 4, BK equals 3, and the KC equals 7. Find the value of x and the length of CH and of AH, giving your answer corrected to decimal places. What is it? Find the value of x, okay, and the length of CH, where is CH? Let's say CH equals Y. And after that, AH, where is AH? Let's say is equal to Z. Okay, so we have to find these answers. Since, as you see here, from this, right, that is a common angle. So triangle HKC, right? Triangle HKC is similar to triangle ABC, right? Now from here, let's say HK, that is 4. Okay, it is 4, and here the side, let me just write the big triangle first, okay? In a big triangle, it is X, right? And corresponding side is 4, equals, in a big triangle, for example, the long side, this one, right, is equal to 3 plus 7, that is 10. In small triangle, this one, right, that's equal to over 7. Now from here, we can get x equals 40 over 7. That is the value of x, the first part, right? And the next, we need to find the value of y. Yes, Daphne, this question is for you. How do we find the value of y? Just tell me the idea.
So you did like the same thing. If that was like 3 divided by 7, then it should be the same thing. So it would be z divided by y equals to 3 divided by 7, you know?
No. Musa, how about you? Do you have any idea? How do you calculate y?
It's supposed to be like that.
I do like the Pythagorean way, like 4 square plus 7 square equal y square.
Okay, very good. Actually, definitely, I was expecting this. As you see here, HKC is a right angle triangle, because if you take the ratio, definitely Z and Y, they are unknown. So we cannot solve this for Y and Z. So, but if I use the Pythagorean theorem, Y squared is equal to 4 squared plus 7 squared, which is equal to 4 squared is 16, 7 squared is 49, that's equal to 65. So from here, y is equal to square root of 65, right? In similar way, we can get the value of z. How? From here, x squared in a big triangle, right? Plus the BC, that is 10 squared, is equal to, how about AC? That is z plus y. I know y, it is square root of 65, right? Squared. It should have not applied, it is 10. Right? And I know x. What is x? X equals 40 over 7. So here we have 40 over 7 squared plus 100 is equal to z plus 65 squared. Ibrahim, I had to solve this question. What is the next step? Tell me. Take square roots of both sides, right?
Yes.
So at the time, the z plus square root of 65, you can use a calculator to evaluate this. It will be square root of, it is 1600 over 49 plus 100. I can calculate this. Now what is z? Z will be equal to square root of 1600 over 49 plus 100 minus square root of 65. Now, if you just key in your calculator, you will get the answer. We can actually calculate this square root of fraction 1600 over 49 plus 100, and outside the root it is minus square root of 65. And what is the, in the question it says that leave your answer corrected 2 decimal places. So the answer is 3.46. Okay, what is Z? It is AH, 3.46. And how about X? X equals 40 over 7, 40 over 7, and corrected 2 decimal places. This one is 5.71, 5.71 centimeters. And how about Y? It is square root of 65. That's equal to 8.06. Corrected 2 decimal places. Daphne, any objections, any questions, anything that is not clear?
There's a lot of question marks in my brain that I'm trying to solve, teacher. It's okay.
Okay, Daphne, actually, I will just say this, and because you have already tried and you can have a look, at least if you just learn one idea, it will be good. But I'm going to
No,
answer
I got the idea. It's just that there's some like, I got the first few ideas and like the overall how it came. It's just that I would have probably done it from another way. Like,
but here, Daphne, I think you must use Pythagorean theorem, otherwise you cannot find it. And for the
Yeah, but-
second part, you can use the similarity, but you will get the same.
I would do the same way, but it's just that there was a lot of numbers there during the test. I just tried to look at it from like I don't know, simpler way. That's why I think I got it wrong, like so that it would be quick and correct.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes also there's a pressure during the quiz time because you have a short time, you have to think, and also a challenge. Okay, definitely. Let's look like this. Let's do like this. I have one more question. Okay, and this 10 we will solve it together. Last time it was wrong. Okay, everybody, can you try this? I will give you 4 minutes. Okay, and I want to finish this class with this. Okay, Musa, Sona, Daphne, Ibrahim, because the figure was wrong, I put wrong picture. Now I have corrected. Read the question and do it, and just tell me the answer. You have 4 minutes. Okay, and after that I will finish the class.
Sure, I quit.
Teacher, I'm almost done.
Done?
I'm almost.
Okay, good. One more
Yeah,
minute.
I found it. I found it. I've sent it you to in the chat.
How long is our lesson?
So now finished. Our class finished. Okay, it's 1 hour. Now we are going to discuss this question and finish the class. Okay, but if you
Oh,
are busy,
yeah.
you can leave now or stay with us 3 more minutes.
No, I wanna see the explanation.
Okay. Okay, Ibrahim, what did you get? 9.02. That's correct. Musa, how about you?
2.31.
2 points.
I don't know.
How about you, Daphne? Any answer? Miss Daphne.
I think I clearly told you that I quit.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's just do this quickly. That's the last question.
It's hard, teacher.
It is
Really?
very easy, Daphne. It is very easy. Why is it easy? If you have a calculator, that's very easy. Even without calculator, it's easy. Because ABC is an isosceles triangle, right? That means that here, this side should be equal to this. And let's say this side is A, and also this will be A. Now, AKC is the right angle triangle. So that means that 7 squared plus A squared should be equal to 12 squared. From here, A squared equals 144 minus 49, which is equal to 95. So let me just keep it like this, okay? Now again, BCT, it is a right angle triangle. That's the first step. And also BCT is a right angle triangle. That means that here 2A squared plus 8 squared is equal to 2x plus 3 squared. Now from here, 2x plus 3 squared is equal to 8 squared is 64 plus, and here we have 2 squared is 4 times a squared equals 95. A squared is 95. So from here, what is 64 plus 4 times 95? That is equal to 444. Now from here, if you just take the square root of both sides, 2x plus 3 is equal to square root of 444. And I'm not taking the minus of this because we are talking about the length. This 2x plus 3 cannot be minus. Now from here, what is x? X equals square root of 444, right? Minus 3, and divide both sides by 2, which is equal to, okay, let me just write here, dot, x is equal to 9.02, corrected 2 decimal places. That is the answer. Very simple.
I have the same x, but I didn't calculate the right way.
Good. Okay. Guys, thank you very much. You have a lot of questions to practice. Keep practicing. This week also we will do some revision and I will finish this. And next week we will solve some small questions. Okay. Thank you very much. I will meet you on Wednesday. See you on Wednesday.
How many
Thank
times? How many times a week do we have a lesson?
So now we meet twice, Mondays and Wednesdays. Each
okay.
meeting lasts
Monday
1
at
hour.
this clock, Monday at this time, when like Wednesdays 1 hour before it.
Oh, so like at 6 on Wednesdays?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Teacher,
guys.
doesn't all like all the other countries like go back an hour or like go back an hour in the winter?
Definitely in Cambodia, the time never changes.
In Turkey too, they just changed it so that it wouldn't, so that
Yeah.
our clocks wouldn't match wouldn't match Europe's.
But some countries they change because winter time is short, summertime is long. That's why they have to change. But in the countries near the equator, right, like Singapore or Malaysia or Thailand or Cambodia, Vietnam, Myanmar, they don't change the time. In Cambodia, because our time does not change much.
You don't need to because it's almost all the time summer. Like it's almost all the time the sun is on the top. But
Yeah,
here
yeah,
it's like
because
there's a very big difference, teacher.
yeah, I know because you have 4 seasons, but here we have only 1 season. Actually, we have 3 seasons, you know. As I told
Teacher,
you, we have 3 seasons: hot,
sometimes
hotter, and
it's
the
like
hottest. So
teacher,
that's why.
sometimes it's like I wake up in the morning, it's like 8 o'clock and the sun hasn't risen yet. Or like it's not maybe like so dark, but my parents they get up at like 6 o'clock before I wake up, and it's almost all the time like just night for them.
Mm. But
So
here,
it's really teacher disinfects like you don't wake up to sun and like you don't start your day happily. So it really affects your psychology.
yeah,
I really
maybe
think that.
Daphne, there the season changed a lot. But here, for example, Malaysia, usually 7:15, but still it is dark. You know, people go to work at 6:15, 6:30. Still, it is dark. And here, always the sun rises around 7:15, and it sets around 7:15 the whole year.
Here right now, it changes like one time it's from 7 and then it goes back to 8, and like the sun also sets at 8. That's the reason, like 12
Yeah,
hours of sun and 12 hours of like night. Sometimes it gets even less, especially I heard that it was going to snow this week, and
yeah.
I wish we will go skiing too. I've been skiing my whole life, and it